Hi there, my name is Sophia. Welcome to the advising program at Fair Opportunity Project. We're really excited to have you with us. In this video, we'll walk through how we approach college advising, what to focus on, how to support your student at different stages, and some of the most effective tools we've seen. Our goal is to empower students by providing the guidance and resources they need to access and afford college. As with all your advising work, students will truly benefit from having a real person to connect with who has gone through this process before. Now let's dive in and look how to get started with a new student. Our advising philosophy is simple. Sessions should be listening oriented, goal oriented, and development driven. That means spending time understanding where your student is right now, helping them clarify their goals, and gently guiding their growth over time. Some students may already have a list of schools and test dates, and others may not even know where to begin. So, wherever they are, that's where you start. Remember, it's about being supportive, flexible, and meeting them with empathy. All right, with that foundation, let's move on to the building blocks of a strong college application. So, what makes up a college application? It includes academic records, test scores, essays, recommendation letters, extracurriculars, and financial aid information. Each of these elements give admissions officers a fuller picture of the student, what they've done, what they care about, and what they might bring to a campus. As an advisor, your job is to break these big pieces into manageable steps. That way, students don't get overwhelmed. Now, let's zoom in on one of the most important early steps choosing the right high school courses. When it comes to course selection, students should aim to challenge themselves while staying true to their interests and capacity. Ask them what subjects they love and which they don't. That can help guide decisions. You can also explain the difference between a round student who shows balance across subjects and a pointy one who goes deep in a particular area. Both styles are valid. If they're at a school without AP or honors options, don't worry. There are still ways to show academic drive, like self studying for AP exams or pursuing independent projects. The key is helping them challenge themselves meaningfully in the context they're in. Next, let's talk about building a college list that reflects their goals and possibilities. A strong college list should be balanced. It includes reach schools, match schools, and safeties. You can help your student research using tools like College Board and Campus Reel and ask questions about what kind of environment they would thrive in. Big or small, urban or not, close to home or far away. Encourage them to reflect on what really matters to them and remind them that their list can and probably will evolve over time. Once they have an idea of where they might want to apply, it's time to help them map out how and when to apply. So let's talk about timelines. Having a clear timeline can make the entire process less stressful. For freshmen or sophomores, use FairUp's guide to help them think ahead. What classes will they need? When should they test? Which teachers might write their letters? And for juniors and seniors, break tasks down month by month. What deadlines are coming up? When do essays need to be done? And when is the FAFSA due? Working through a calendar together gives them structure and a sense of control. Next up, let's go over standardized tests and how to approach them strategically. Standardized tests like the SAT or ACT are just one part of the application, but they can play a big role. Help your student choose which test they'll take and plan it around their school schedule so they're not overwhelmed. And if they're starting early, let them know they can take it more than once and often improve their score with practice. You're not expected to be a tutor, but you can encourage them to use free prep tools and study in a way that works for them. Frame it not as a chore, but as a way to open doors. And speaking of standing out, let's move into one of the most personal pieces of the application the college essay. Essays are the place where students can show their voice and values. You can help them brainstorm stories that matter to them, then work with them to develop a strong personal statement that can be adapted to multiple prompts. Set early deadlines for drafts so there's time to revise, and when given feedback, protect their voice. Your edits should support, not reshape. Remember, this process can be vulnerable. Affirm their perspective and remind them that what they have to say is important. Once essays are underway, let's make sure they feel confident for college interviews. College interviews can feel intimidating, but they're also a chance to make a personal impression. Prepare your student by walking them through what to expect, dress code, professional email responses, and how to talk about themselves with confidence. Mock interviews can be helpful here. The goal isn't to have perfect answers, it's to help them feel prepared and authentic. And right alongside interviews are recommendation letters, so let's cover those next. Strong letters of recommendation come from people who know the student well. Encourage your student to build connections with teachers early and ask for letters well in advance, ideally at the end of junior year or early senior year. They can offer a short resume or brag sheet to help the writer know what to highlight. A well written letter adds real weight to an application, so don't overlook it. All right, now let's turn to one of the most important topics for many families: financial aid. Finances are often a major source of stress for students and families. Help your student understand the difference between need based aid, merit aid, and scholarships. Use net price calculators to estimate what college might actually cost and explore platforms like Going Merry and FastWeb together. If you are comfortable, walk through the FAFSA or CSS profile with them or refer them to an advisor who can. And whenever possible, steer them towards scholarships and grants. Okay, so far we've covered the core components of the application, but a student's life is more than just forms and deadlines. Let's talk about what matters beyond the application. Encourage students to deepen their involvement in activities they truly care about, whether that's music, research, athletics, or community service. It should feel real, not forced. If they have time, starting a project or stepping into a leadership role can be powerful, as long as it's something that they enjoy. You can also talk with them about summer opportunities. These don't have to be expensive programs; a summer job, volunteering, or a passion project can be just as meaningful. What matters is that they're learning, exploring, and building confidence. Now, we're almost there. Let's wrap up what happens after students submit their applications. Submitting applications is a huge milestone, so take time to celebrate that with your student. Remind them that outcomes don't define their worth, whether they're accepted, waitlisted, or rejected, they've accomplished something big. If they get in, help them compare options and stay on top of any steps like financial forms or housing. If things don't go as hoped, support them in regrouping and looking at the next steps: gap years, transfer plans, or alternative pathways. A lot of times, how they respond to disappointment will shape them even more than getting in. Now, that's it for this college advising training. Thank you so much for being part of Fair Opportunity Project. You're helping students unlock opportunities that can change their lives. We're so glad you're here, and we're in this with you. Thank you.